and welcome back to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. We are your hosts, Dee and Andrew, and as you can tell, we are here back in stride with our Dwayne The Rock Johnson season. We're doing movies that pretty much aren't Fast and Furious or anything else.
Well, now,
We're
isn't
doing
this
a
Fast
one-word
and the
title.
Furious?
There you go. This is Fast and Furious adjacent. Today we're doing 2010's Faster. No, there's no Faster and Furiouser. There's no none of that. And he made this. What? Did this come out after his first?
Nope, this is before
This is
his first.
before?
This
Holy
is after.
shit.
So I looked it up. Fast 4 is 2009. Fast,
Uh-huh.
I don't know when Fast 5 is. It's got to be 12, right?
Probably, man.
No, it was 11. So, okay. And now this, but this was his return to action movies.
Straight
after
action,
doing family films or comedies. And so it was not a hit in any way, shape, or form, but he also did not produce it. Yeah.
This is one I ain't even had heard of until like 3 years ago. Because I always thought it was just Snitch and The Rundown and Hercules.
He was in so many damn movies, man. There was Walking Tall. We forgot about Walking Tall.
Oh, yeah, Walking Tall.
We've got to deal with the, well, we don't have to, but there's the Tooth Fairy. And the other kids' movies that he did because Vin Diesel wasn't willing to do them. Like, that's what the funny... Anyway, we can
Yeah, that was the era when Vin Diesel thought he could act or thought he was going to do some serious shit, right?
Or, I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows, like, I don't know.
Or he thought Riddick would take off.
He thought Riddick would take off, but did he actually think he could act? Like, there's no evidence.
He was in what? Boiler Room, and that was the one where people were like, oh man, he's so
That's from 2000.
charismatic.
No, that's from 2000. Yeah. No, he wasn't charismatic
the other
until
one. There was that other one where he played the mobster.
Find Me Guilty is supposed to be legitimately good. Like,
right. Because it was a while before he went back to Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
You know?
He had to really bomb out. He had to Babylon AD it to anyway. We'll do a Riddick season once he gets 14 of them made, not including cartoons. Theoretically that will happen.
Oh yeah, because Fast and Furious has to die one day.
But anytime they want to bring it back, they'll have to make him a Riddick movie. Okay. Yeah. So Driver is we'll have plenty of time to talk during it because it's really slow, even at 97 minutes, and there are no fucking punch-out fights, which is idiotic because it's The Rock. But we'll get to it. And Billy Bob Thornton in an amazing wig. I need to look up and see if this is after Fargo season 1 or before. And then a collection of bad supporting performances, though we eventually get a good one, and it is maybe Carla Gugino's best performance that I can think of off the top of my head.
She's always on the cusp.
What was I just going to look up? I don't know. Let's watch the movie instead, and I'll see if I can remember what the heck. Oh, I wanted to see... What did I want to see if it had come out at this point? Anyway, doesn't matter. Does it? The hell was I trying to think of? No, nothing. Some movie that maybe I'll think of that's important that is not with The Rock. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Starting in 3. I'm not ready. Okay, cool. That would have been great. I don't know what would have happened. All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah. So the what do you call them?
TriStar.
We haven't done a TriStar in ages, it feels like. And Castle Rock. So now I
Wow.
sort of thought Castle Rock went under, and something did happen with Castle Rock, but the what do you call it? The 90s was just full of like very prestige films from Castle Rock, right? Like lots of them. And that they ended up making the Rock movie. And also, we'll get to talk about poor George Tillman, who this was not his first movie after Men of Honor, but
Oh God.
yeah, it was basically close. But I don't know if there are many people who have sort of never delivered on their initial promise like George Tillman, because this first movie, Soul Food.
Yeah, and that was a great one.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, if this is how your career was going to turn out, you should have just done the show for him.
Right?
Okay, so the movie's not called Driver, but you're going to have to wait a hell of a long time for it to say Faster. Okay, we're not dwelling on the disfigurements, but he cut off one of those guys' arms, took out some other guy's eye. Then there's somebody else. Is this our is this our first Tom Berenger appearance in
Whoa,
the
yeah.
podcast? Okay.
Tom fucking Berenger.
All the time you're like, hey, I haven't seen that actress in a while. And then you look it up and she's like, I retired because I didn't want comments about my appearance. I didn't feel like I could age gracefully on screen. Tom Berenger looks like a I mean,
Hmm.
he looks presidential in this movie, actually, if you know what I'm saying.
He
But
looks like a PO.
he
This is so
clearly
not the substitute Tom Berenger.
know how far we have fallen, Tom Berenger.
Yeah.
But don't worry, he's only in it for this scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm mad for him because of that. I mean, it's
Here's
Tom Berenger, dude.
he gets billed above like like actual co-stars, which I sort of noticed when I watched it. So yes, I didn't realize Dee hadn't seen this, so like I watched it for homework last night. On today, he's like, never seen this piece of shit. Okay, look at the way. Okay, so
Oh. And unlike Dolomite, a car full of broads ain't coming to pick him up.
no, wait for it, but um, I'm trying to think about how to phrase this. At times, it seems implied that either yeah, he's gonna run all the way to town. I spoiled it for you. Sorry.
God.
Um. Okay, there's that fucking hack. There's Carla. Wait,
And he's
who's
running in boots.
Maggie
He's got
Grace?
boots on and he's running.
Yep. Moon
Oh,
Bloodglow
Moon
is
Bloodgood. The
actually
fuck?
Bloodgood is kind of good. He's not the guy from Lost. There's Berenger. Okay, what were they talking about in trivia?
Mike
Mike
Epps.
Epps is
The
in it for a
fuck?
scene too, so
Oh,
that
thank
doesn't
God.
count. Xander Berkeley's in two scenes. That
Xander,
barely
oh,
counts.
Xander,
Um,
uh, Turncoat Berkeley.
yeah, he actually does not betray any. Well, does he? Not exactly. And I'm just watching this, and I'm like, isn't this a level in like the top-down Grand Theft Auto from 1998? You run into a place and get the car, like.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally a You got to at least evade the police first or some shit.
Yeah. Um, but it is unclear in the film whether or not The Rock is supposed to have some sort of um developmental disability. And
Uh,
if not, it's strongly implied he has like crippling social anxiety and can't interact with people. Except then we're going to learn that he was totally just a guy with a girlfriend. But then we're also going to learn that he was physically abused his entire life by his mother's husband, who is not his father. But he also is going to be on a vengeance kick, and the guest star will be, or the object of his affection will be someone that was just in another one of these movies. And I think he's about to shoot Jack Noseworthy. We'll have to check. Jack Noseworthy doesn't make the opening credits, but I thought I looked it up at one point and saw him in this. Oh, and I didn't look up what these two guys wrote. She's familiar too. Like they have a strange mix of somewhat familiar and then people that they're trying to that they can afford.
oh no, that's Courtney Gaines.
Oh, it's Courtney Gaines. I'm sorry. They look
You
very
shit on my
similar.
house, man.
They look very. Oh, and that's what I was looking up. I was looking up to see if this was before or after Fargo for Billy Bob.
Uh,
Because like Fargo is where I feel like he thought he was selling out and just doing what was expected. No, Fargo was
uh,
2014, but like Fargo's like his big comeback. Like he's so fucking good in Fargo. He's
really?
not. Yeah, Fargo's great. The Chris Rock season's not for many reasons. Some of them Chris Rock, but for most of it, you do get to watch Glenn Turman act. Just
Oh well,
tons.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's issues, but the first four seasons or whatever are just fucking phenomenal. Like Kirsten Dunst is great on Fargo. That's how well written Fargo is when it's good.
Yeah, because she's usually. Yeesh.
Not. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
see, he's disheveled here. That's
He's
his disheveled piece.
disheveled. Yep.
They're gonna probably change that thing sometime. Ugh.
So how old's Billy Bob in this?
Well, there's the age the character is supposed to be, and then
Right.
there's
The character
Billy Bob's
is
actual age.
right, but he's Billy Bob in a wig, so Billy Bob's playing young. So Billy Bob is 55. He's going to be older than poor Xander Berkeley, who's been playing 55 since 1987. Um, Meanwhile, um, Bloodgood is 35. So he's presumably supposed to be playing 40 to 45.
Uh,
He's also about to make retirement. Um, okay. Were we recording when I said this technically had the best soundtrack of anything lately? It doesn't. I mean, like the content for a lot of it is better than what we've been watching. But you also have to realize it is the year 2010, and we are
Mm.
watching apparently a Big Lebowski
Mm.
homage or something. So Tillman wanted to do this as an homage to 70s car action movies. So, like The Driver, he mentions The Driver, which is very
Mm.
obvious because they didn't have any names. The Driver is also a piece of shit.
Hey, Carla.
And not Chris Christopherson, though. So, this part was originally going to be Salma Hayek, which
Really?
is, yeah. But I'm like, but
Uh,
this is like the role Carla Gugino's been preparing for her whole career.
well,
Like,
this is what she got that one show snatched from her.
yeah,
Remember
the Out of
Cisco?
Sight
Cisco?
show.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's your Mike Epps cameo.
Oh man, this isn't funny, Mike Epps, is it?
Mm-mm. I mean, he thinks he's funny,
Well, yeah, he always does.
but yeah. So
Let's be
Till,
honest,
oh,
non-funny Mike Epps is actually reasonably decent. Like, I'll vouch for him in the movie Sparkle,
okay.
but that's about it.
Um, so yeah, so Tillman's doing this homage to The Driver. He says The Getaway, but
Mm.
The Getaway is a very talky film. This is not a
Mhm.
very talky film. Um, but it's going to be eventually it's going to be cut like a Fast and the Furious movie, or the sort of it'll by the second act it's going to have a bad case of the what's his name, Simon West's, right? Like when
Uh-huh.
Simon West was chasing Michael Bay,
Mhm.
like the quick cuts are just going to be look, there's a car chase in it that's actually like technically well planned, but it still looks
Mhm.
like shit. Like it's really too bad. But Tillman wasn't the original director for this. The original director for this
Oh.
was Phil Huanu.
Uh.
You know, the guy who did The Mission. So it was like, what? Why would Phil Huanu do this movie? Oh, because he did Gridiron Gang and he must have liked working with The Rock. That's why. Never mind. Obviously.
Right. He
You're
always teams
talking,
up with his.
dude, Phil Wanu was a kid. Okay, he didn't do The Mission. Who did The Mission? We'll look it up in a second. Phil Hawani did State of Grace when he was 28. He's the guy who did U2 Rattle and Hum when he was 26, 3 O'Clock High when he was 25. Okay, I've always gotten the two of those people confused, which I always thought was funny. But he did Heaven's Prisoners, which is solid. Oh, he did Dirty Laundry. I seriously thought Phil Hawani was an old ass man. Okay, who made The Mission then? Roland Jaffe. Okay. No, they are not the same people at all.
Uh.
The director of The Killing Fields, Fat Man and the Little Boy, which I still haven't seen. Put that down. Um, And oh well, The Scarlet Letter, starring Demi Moore, has never done a straight action movie, whereas Phil Huanu has. Well, then wait, who made that fucking movie with Dorf? Or is
Which
that
one?
that's Phil Huanu? The remember when Dorf did the other um somewhere he helped Sofia Coppola come back, but like
Hmm.
nobody ever talked about his acting.
Was it
Um
him and the little girl?
yeah,
Okay.
Elle Fanning. Um he was playing no, he's a pat. I thought oh my god, I thought there was a movie about like the making of oh god, all right.
Oh
Also,
no.
I don't want to be an asshole. Like, I like Iggy Pop, all right, but like, there have been better covers. I'm just saying. Okay, no, Entropy, 1999. That was Stephen Dorff playing Phil Huanu doing a documentary about U2, just like Phil Huanu did. U2 was in it. It co-starred Judith Goodrich, who was in we're so off track, but we are not dealing with the Invisible Man here. Juliet, she was in The Man in the Iron Mask. Her name's familiar for some other reason. Didn't she try?
Oh, he's a gazillionaire, but also a killer. Get the.
Yeah, dude, don't. You're gonna be so upset. Just like, because look who his lady is. Okay,
Yeah, but
so like this movie's the not the one we're watching, but Entropy, the movie that unfortunately stars Stephen Dorff. So like, how would you motivate yourself to watch it? It also has Kelly MacDonald, Frank Vincent, a 33-year-old Jim Gaffigan. Adam Clayton isn't that the Edge? Oh God, Kurt Loder. Hey everybody, guess what? I think wait, is it Kurt Loder is a piece of shit? What's his face is a huge piece of shit. Adam Curry is a
Adam
huge piece
Curry,
of
yeah, was
shit.
the
Yeah.
asshole.
But I don't know if Loder's a piece of shit. I think he probably I mean, he's a fucking
Uh,
65-year-old white man. What are his odds? Okay, so they clearly thought they were going to spin the two of these off into a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing,
uh,
but they are not going to. Also, the trivia on this movie is very lacking. Like, there's just nowhere near enough behind the scenes information about it.
I think because this was filler.
Yeah, I mean, this was not, The Rock had not proved himself yet. I don't know what he did where he
Yeah, this was just
did,
money in the pocket.
but he was still trying to come up now. Oh my God, it's from the guys who wrote all right. It's from the guys who wrote Uncommon Valor, which you turned down watching during our Fred Ward. Warm Summer Rain, starring Kelly Lynch. I see the sexy Kelly Lynch movie. Okay. Shout, 1991.
Uh,
Mind Ripper, starring Lance Henriksen and John Deal. I mean, fucking A. I might, yeah, put that down. Like, let's be real. They're also the no, he rewrote it. Bulletproof, the Damon Wayans Adam Sandler,
oh, that
which
was
is
terrible.
fucking awful. He's the one who wrote and directed Sweet Jane with Samantha Mathis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, though.
So she's not a 32-year-old teenager in this.
No,
Uh,
they do not acknowledge that she's a tad older, though. Ooh, he's writing for fucking his next credit after this, well, he wrote the pilot for a. Oh no, his credit before this was a Van Damme movie, but also Joe and Tony Gayton are the guys who wrote the pilot for Southern Comfort, which was Madeline Stowe as the wife of a Southern mobster, and it had Eric Roberts in it. And
Hey.
like,
Huh.
this could have been Madsen. I don't know what these writers, Lee Turgeson, but like, Madeline Stowe's somebody who never got
No, she never, even
like
for being on that other show for all that time, she never got her
this
flowers.
should be Madeline Stowe.
Right. Oh shit.
There he is, Xander Berkeley.
Xander Berkeley,
So I was thinking about this
real
last
life
night.
Grinch.
It's too bad that we don't actually track like Xander Berkeley's first appearance on the pod. I suppose I
Has
could
he been
do
in
it.
anything?
I don't
I
think
don't
he
think this
has,
might
which
be
is
it.
incredible because it's Xander Berkeley.
Right. Who's been in every fucking thing. And we haven't seen Air Force One. So it's like,
Oh my god.
I think this is it for him.
What could we
And we have seen a
do?
bunch of Seagal movies. So
Yeah, he never. I feel like Xander Berkeley, because didn't I'm not. We've got to watch the movie now, everybody. I'll stop looking at the call sheet app. Um, I think his 2 pages changed a little.
probably did.
So this is also like post Piss Yellow. So this is basically like a Lionsgate, like late aughts lion. It's like a Crank wannabe, but it's like George Tillman. So he doesn't actually like.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid obvious Fast and Furious comparisons, but
Yeah, only now. Don't worry. There will be a
yeah.
car. There will be a muscle car versus sports car race. Don't you worry.
Mhm.
There he is. Um, the mechanic from Daredevil or whatever,
Oh,
and the guy who was in Rampage and died.
oh, he's a good wheelman, huh?
He's a good wheelman, but like this is a terrible sequel. Like,
Right. This looks like a gum commercial.
right? Like, slow down,
Hey,
Mentos, the
right.
fresh maker.
Have a piece
Okay.
of dentine.
I also promise that The Rock will accidentally give a slightly okay performance at one point in the movie. I'll spoil that for everyone. But this is before
Right here,
um
driving backwards, stolen. You know who did it first? Corey motherfucking Ham.
is that in License to Drive?
That was in License to Drive. Corey Haim did that shit.
It's too bad they didn't like remake that in India or something, then we could do it for summer as sequels.
Now you know, two Dream a Little Dream movies still exist.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
I can't believe they couldn't get somebody else to play this guy.
huh.
Just wait.
Well, why has he got Megan Fox up in there?
Ladies, do not. Ladies and girls, do not
Oh,
help old men with their groceries. And certainly do not go into their residencies.
Goldie
Do
Olson
not.
is a creep, huh?
Oh, yeah. Do not. Oh my God, that's right. So you're missing by not actually having seen this. He's talking to his therapist now.
What the?
He's a bored rich boy and he's got to be a killer. This is the same performance he gives in The Invisible Man. Like,
Huh?
I cannot.
Wait, he was the Invisible Man,
He
wasn't he?
was the Invisible Man, yeah. And you're
Uh-huh.
just like, why don't. If you want to get. If you don't want to get someone that I like legitimately think is good, why don't
Mm-hmm.
you get somebody like Jesse Spencer from Chicago Fire and House, right? Like, he's fine. He doesn't suck. This guy sucks, right? This, like,
I just don't like the idea that. I mean, I know they're trying for something different, but he's a high profile guy and he's shadowing this dude and he's out in the open. Nobody recognizes him. Nobody's stopping him. Like,
no one will acknowledge The Rock, even though he's The Rock. And even though he's
right,
on TV wanted, nobody, no like pedestrians ever notice
right.
him.
Nobody will stop and look and see that it's him. It's just
Even though he's absolutely gigantic.
right. It's hard to miss.
Okay, so
But the other guy
they're
too. They just showed him he was on magazines and shit. But oh, this is what went down. Hey, he's definitely been the wig crypt.
yeah, so God, when was Billy Bob's last? All right, I am gonna look for that. When was because I heard a joke on another podcast that Russell Crowe. When was the last time Russell Crowe was in a real movie? Les Mis. When was the
Uh,
last time Russell Crowe was in a real movie where he was good? American Gangster. And I was thinking, Billy Bob Thornton, when he
uh,
first dropped, when did he burn out by? Because this was post burnout.
no, it was somewhere around the time pushing 10. I would probably say anything he was anytime he was around Angelina and like when that whole thing imploded, that's when he kind of fell off the rails.
Okay, so Manu wasn't there because so the thing people don't probably remember about Billy Bob is that for God, I don't know, 5 years.
Oh shit,
Yep, told you. Oh my God, Billy Bob was in On Deadly Ground. I forgot. Um,
that's right. He was one of the
Starting in, I don't know, Sling Blade doesn't really count, but like Sling Blade started it in a way, but then there was U Turn. But really starting in 98 with Simple Plan, Armageddon, I guess he's in Primary Colors. He started doing, it was like, was Billy Bob going to be a chameleon? Right? Was he going to be,
right because for a while he was John Ritter's buddy, Billy Bob Thornton.
yeah. And then he turned into,
He became an actor.
and then that didn't last that long. But like, was it over by Bad Santa? Was he the lead in
Oh, Bad
Friday
Santa was
Night
a comeback for
Lights?
him.
Okay, so so yeah, because Bad Santa was a comeback. Friday Night Lights was probably the start of this phase. Yes, because that's when Bad News Bears started. And so this is basically the Billy Bob we had until I feel like
Oh, then
Fargo gave him some
there
more
was the
heat.
music. Remember, he was doing his music, and he was like,
Oh my
"I
God, he
don't
was
want to
doing
talk
his
about
music.
anything."
And
Yeah.
now he's just on fucking TV for racists. Um, so yeah, so this is like not Billy Bob. It is I why the hell was he in? Who was the girl? Wait, was Pushington with Angelina?
Yep. Sure was.
Okay.
That's why I say that was had to have been because anytime the couples do a fucking movie,
Okay, here it is. Wait for it.
you know, how come it wasn't Richard Dreyfuss?
Because nobody's gonna play a
Eh,
fucking
yeah,
I
old creep.
mean, an old creep. Richard Dreyfuss is an old creep today, but I don't know. But getting him to do a part like this would require way too many. Like he, he'd be like, me and John Voight get to fucking say terrible things for an hour to everybody working on the movie. Then we'll shoot it. Here you go. Get ready. So this is the era of the Fast and the Furious movies that I like. Not yet. Like I like 5 and 6. Like I think they're fucking brilliant action in the, CGI mix era. It's like
Yeah, as
before
far as
we
straight action
have
pictures go.
yeah. And they're straight action for 90 of their fucking 2 hour and 15-minute run times or whatever. So but being in just about that era and John Wick is 4 years away, and regardless of um what you think about what I think about the John Wick films quality, um letting stuntmen choreograph fight scenes in the teens has been a boon for action in a way that it hasn't been that exciting since the 70s, which was the last time they got to choreograph fight scenes like that.
Hmm.
Okay, yes, he returns from the dead because of his vengeance.
Oh man. Every time I see Carla Gugino, it's like hard to believe she really started out as a kid actor and nobody acknowledges that. She really came a long way. Oh, here we go. Moon Blood Goods, who was another one that was supposed to step up and be action chick, but when you're in like the fourth Terminator movie and
Yeah, the reality is that
Chun Li Street Fighter, and she doesn't play Chun Li.
yeah, the reality is just like the appetite for female action stars is nil. Like in reality, with streaming, we sort of have gotten there, which is nice, but in as far as trying to get movies of that kind of thing going,
Nah.
you have what's her face. The only one you had was Angelina Jolie, and she wasn't really an action star, right? It was
She
like
just made it look good. She was an actress. She was a good actress that made it look legit to do that. I don't know. Not too many tried after her.
Charlize Theron tried a couple times,
Oh yeah, Charlize.
but the actual like we're gonna do extended running sequences and not complain while wearing a tank top version of a action heroine has it never took hold.
no,
Which
they never really
is
did that Expendables movie.
no, and I mean we don't need to get into it, but like the difference is that now is you have Michelle Yeoh and the what's her face from Game of Thrones and
Oh,
there's the uh,
oh,
the female action stars have more participation in the project than
what's
they
her
would
face
have had the
tried to.
opportunity for. Who?
Who was Nebula in Guardians?
Yeah, what's her face? She did like four of them at once. I don't know why she stopped.
The only one I
Like,
saw was Gunpowder Milkshake.
that was fine. Like,
Yeah.
like for a streaming movie, it was pretty damn good. Just because the streaming movie with the CGI backdrops, like it's a fucking CW show. Um, yeah, but I don't know if I saw any of the other ones she did at that same time. Because yeah, she did a bunch of other ones. It was like two or three, or it was three or four. It was like quite a few. So the manhunt angle in this also is not going to like matter at all. Everybody making fun of Billy Bob.
He's not even likable as a regular dude. I don't know. It looks like somebody else should have played this.
Just wait. He brings absolutely nothing to it. Like
Was like Mark Ruffalo just doing romantic movies here?
Mark Ruffalo, 20. Oh, he was already Hulk, right? By 2010 or no?
When did Avengers come out?
Mm, 2010 or 2011.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, I mean, because it's a bad part. That's why. Because it's a really
it's
bad.
not. I mean, but you could put somebody in this part that make you want to, at least give a shit about the character.
It would have been a great part for Keaton in like 2007, just a little bit
Yeah.
earlier, or he could have played it a little older or younger, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, or you could have. I mean, you could have done so much. Like you could have done
it just feels like there's two movies going on. It is not necessary.
Oh, there's more than two. Like, how far are we into it? We're 40 minutes in, so like it moves in a terrible but okay pace. Okay, so here we have the lady. This is played by Jennifer Carpenter of Dexter,
No.
who was one of the first actors I distinctly remember going, oh, so even on cable TV shows, they're just going to have really bad acting. Okay, I get you. I get you. Because, like, The Sopranos was so well acted, and, like,
Uh,
other burgeoning prestige, television of that era. But then along came Dexter, and she's just hack.
uh, whoa.
So you've actually seen more of the Fast and the Furious than I have at this point. So I'm just
Hmm.
going to say, I believe Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez have more chemistry and believability as a romantic couple than these two do.
Well, in this, they used to be. It'd be different if she still wanted him,
Okay.
but she's pissed at him. So he's not, he doesn't have to be act like, yeah, we're attached. But in Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez are just paired together. They could just be brother and sister for all we know. It,
That's the final reveal.
that would be something. But, you know, he
Oh God, it's never mind.
he goes ballistic over her because it's in the script. Otherwise, because even in the ones where she supposedly did,
Mm-hmm.
they just put another broad with him. So to which he has no chemistry whatsoever. So I think throughout the movies, he's been with what? Michelle Rodriguez, uh, Gal Gadot, and Thor's wife.
Yeah.
And they all either left him or no, Thor's wife just stepped aside when Michelle Rodriguez came back. That's their thing. And Gal Gadot just went off with Han with no argument, anything. So yeah, that's how shit works. Unless you're like uh, Paul Walker and what's her face, the couples don't have any real chemistry going. It's about the cars.
Speaking of cars,
Family. So what? He's having flashbacks now, or is this really happening?
this is really happening.
Oh, yeah. This is a shit. Who is her agent really? Has she ever played a part that's has any value other than if you kidnap her, Liam Neeson will come after your ass?
No. The only movies that have she has been in that have been tolerable are the Taken movies, as far
Oh
as I know. Because she's fucking awful. Like, she was awful on Lost.
man,
All right, here we go. Lost, The Fog, something called Suburban Girl. She tried doing a lady's picture called, oh, fuck it. It's got Maria Bello in it. I'd see this. The Jane Austen Book Club.
Uh,
Taken, something called Flying Lessons. That seems odd. Um, she was in Night and Day and like a cameo. She went back or she went to the UK to do Malice in Wonderland. Then she did this. She did The Experiment starring Adrian Brody and Forrest Whitaker. Interesting. And then she was in
uh.
a couple Twilight movies. She was in that Lockout movie
No
that
way. She was in Twilight?
she was in Twilight Breaking Dawn 1 and 2. She
Jeez.
was a she guest starred on the following show. She had her own show co-starring Anna Paquin. Wow. Okay. I'm vaguely curious. Then she ended up in a Hallmark movie with Stephen Amell, which is more appropriate. Keeps doing Taken movies. She was a regular on Fear the Walking Dead. And she was on Suits LA that just got canceled. She was also in a movie with Minka Kelly and Dermot Mulroney just a couple years ago. A PG-13 murder mystery. What does this exist for? Okay. Um so no one ever was like you can be in I mean maybe Fear the Walking Dead. Like I don't
Uh,
know how actory you've got to be for that, but it's not like she's ever been a regular or Spielberg never put her in anything or whatever. Scorsese, remember Scorsese and
uh.
when he was doing all the movies with DiCaprio, you could co-star in it and it'd be
Yeah, she could be his first ex-wife.
right.
One of those. All right.
Um,
Strip club in a PG-13 movie.
this isn't PG-13. This is R.
No, this is our.
Oh yeah.
Why does it look like a strip club in a PG-13?
Because
There's no.
The Rock's only willing to go so unfamily friendly. Like even though he didn't produce this one, he clearly was not gonna go too far. But it's also this should be a great scene. This should be a great fight scene. It will not be.
Oh,
Buckle up. That guy at the door is uncredited, but he's a familiar face. We should know who he was, or at least have recognized him from something. All right, get ready. Now, I expected a real fight scene because Fast and the Furious have him and Vin Diesel throwing each other around. He did a whole movie where he promised he was going to do that, then didn't really with Black Adam, but promised in the second one he and
oh,
Superman
Superman,
would
we're gonna
beat the shit out of each other
go at
for
it.
a movie. Get ready for your big fight scene. Also, remember Skyscraper that we just watched and Rampage that we just watched.
Mm-hmm.
And get ready for, we were saying this was, the Arnold that should have been, or like,
Yeah.
as far as action movies go. Get ready for the action hero.
Well, this is Arnold if he could have got rid of that fucking accent.
Yeah.
But then again, it wouldn't be as funny anymore. Him having that stupid accent, but playing guys named Barney Kelly and shit. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Ted Nicholas.
I do not know why they didn't just say his dad is always an American who was stationed in Germany.
Or something.
Just
Like,
every time. Every fucking time. There's just an army base in Germany that has a bunch of young Arnolds who are all going to grow up to be these action heroes with their American ass names.
how do
And
you do? I'm
then,
Ted Smith.
okay, this is actually kind of a great idea, and we need to keep going with this because of Van Damme, too. Because remember when Van Damme
Right,
would
Van
do
Damme
it?
did the same shit. Yeah. It's just a common American dude name. He didn't talk with that shitty accent.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know if I ever said this, but I'm sure I thought it. Why didn't they ever just dub the fuck out of those guys? Like,
My name is Peter Wilson.
like they dubbed the fuck out of poor Mel Gibson, right? Like, all right, poor Mel Gibson. Let me rephrase that.
Well, early on, and then he became a star. He sort of overcame it, Mel.
But
That was more
also,
because those movies were Australian and people were like, ain't nobody in America gonna watch this shit.
that was so wild when you think about that they were like, nobody in America's gonna watch this. Fucking Mad Max and Road Warrior, right? Like, okay, what else is he about to do? This is weird, uncomfortable. Thank you. I don't want to watch this. Oh my God. I missed this last night.
Mm.
Or maybe I blocked it from my memory. Okay, I did. That's what he's doing instead of
Oh,
polishing the other one.
yeesh.
Oh my God. And it's so unaware. So, like, maybe the script was aware, and this was Sean Wilson Scott. Is that his name? Stifler?
Oh.
Love
Stifler,
that
yeah.
guy. Stifler in this, and it's played for laughs. Love it. Um,
God, they should have just stuck her on a 90210 or something. She just seems built for that.
I mean,
Comes across as an eternal teenager.
she clearly never took any acting lessons. Like, that's the funniest part is everybody was like, she needs to take some fucking acting lessons. And she just never did. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. This kid gives the third best performance in the film. Billy Bob's not bad. It's just terrible. Like,
Uh,
Think about how bad he would smell.
No worse than the original Boozer himself, Donald Pleasant.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's the energy we need here.
Hey,
Shut up, you little bitch!
oh no.
Yes, he gave her his dope. She's been clean for years. He gave her his dope. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
There's some foreshadowing here. Pay attention to the foreshadowing. But he gave her the dope to hold to show her he could be clean. But then she goes and shoots it because, well, she's really worried for some reason, and we don't know that, and we never really establish it. Okay.
I like how no matter what movie it is, they always try to pair Billy Bob off with some hottie, some unnecessary hottie. He's the equivalent of fat guy gets the hot wife.
I
He's the ugly equivalent of that.
I mean, one would just assume that's in his rider. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
and maybe that's what's different about Fargo is that he he gets to actually create, like, I mean, it's complicated because it's a streaming series, it's a show. So, like, he
Mhm.
creates a great villain of television, but it's not a very easily, like, it's not like you can just go watch, I don't know, Henry Fonda in Once Upon a Time in the West or something. It's not, I mean, it's not even like a 3 hour commitment, like it's an
Uh,
8 episode or 10 or whatever. And so, I imagine lots of great performances from a wide variety of actors we can't even imagine, given how much TV there's been, dramatic television in the last, what is it, like peak TV thing, 15 years. Like,
uh,
even on his fucking shitty Taylor Sheridan shows, I'm sure there's some good acting. Like,
there better be. I mean, they got everybody on there.
gotta be. What if it's just
Each
all
of them.
fucking hacky? What if it's just the hackiest shit?
Ah,
But it's
or that
not.
could have been the
I've
reason
watched.
why Kevin Costner left.
I think Kevin Costner left because I assume he was like, oh wait a second, Taylor Sheridan's a piece of shit, and he's like, oh, I want to quit and go make my fucking revisionist inclusive westerns, and he was like, the people will follow me, and he's like, they can't possibly just be a bunch of fucking dumb racists who like horses. And it turns out, dumb racists who like horses.
uh,
Because I'd watch the shit out of his fucking self-indulgent, nostalgic, fucking Horizon 1 and 2 or whatever. Like, there's some great. I think Jenna Malone's featured or somebody like that's got a big part. Like,
eh,
sign me up for some dramatics from these folks.
yeah, something good. Okay, so homie's not dead, then.
Oh, we have this zero tension scene. What's so funny about it is Dude, he actually looks like a Terminator from the
One of the comic books.
dude.
You
What
know the
if I
ones where you can't use Arnold.
dude, I'm gonna recut Dawn, I'm recutting this as a Terminator movie. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna do it.
He's a
I'm not no, I'm totally 100% serious. All this is cut.
he's a 900 model.
Yep. I'm not fucking everyone, I'm not kidding. I think
No, you
this
actually can do that
I I'm
because this is just. I mean, all the people he's killed so far, he's walked in and just
just shot him.
shot them. Right? Yeah. Ooh,
The
the
only thing
gun,
I'm
everything. Yeah, this shit'll line up, man. That'll be dope.
the only thing I'm curious about is whether or not the ending's gonna have a problem. Like that's it.
Mm.
Otherwise, I think you could actually just do it. Terminator one shot is what Terminator and then the model of the car. Fucking lay out that Brad Fiedel, blew up the frame. I'm not kidding.
Hell yeah! Damn. Yeah, those
Look
assholes
at
on
him.
those other channels can make stupid fake trailers. This would be better than that shit. Talking about Terminator 7 and shit.
Clint Mansell. Come on, Clint. There is some good music toward the end, but this is not it.
Uh,
This is the guy who did Titans, but also
uh,
did yeah, but also did Doom Patrol. And I stand by Doom Patrol. Both as the show and the music being outstanding. Okay. So his gun shaking because faster makes everybody's gun shake.
uh,
I thought it was in the flashback that somebody else's gun shook when he thought about The Rock, but it was actually um Killer. It was fucking Big Lots Jude Law.
uh.
Um his hand shook. I would also cut the living fuck out of this scene because this is obnoxiously long. And the music's not good.
And away we go. This guy sucks, man. He's only good at being where he's at and not doing anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? They've only had what one confrontation in this movie so far.
I
Oh,
might
there
keep
we go.
this. I'm not kidding. I might keep this. I'll cut this, but yeah, I might keep the rest. I might keep Terminator Rock T. T.
Yeah,
How do you keep? What's R in keyboard? What could we? There really isn't one, is there? Four backwards. Is that an R? The
four.
T 40. I don't know. All right, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Well, he'd have to be 100 model. You know, he's got to be from the Arnold line. That way you could use uh, exo footage or endoskeleton footage.
Mm, okay. This is the car chase I'm speaking of. It should be good and it is not. Like,
It looks
but
like it looks like a bad boy's car chase at night.
like here we get to some of it where it's like this actually is a cool like this could be a cool way to deal with the car chase, but
Mm.
it will not be.
Whoa.
Have to cut that up.
Damn. The fact that he's failed so many times now, in any other movie, whoever hired him would have hired somebody else
Right, we'd have another
to kill them
Terminator.
both.
Yeah. Okay. So here, 67 minutes into the film, we will have our best performance eventually by Annie Corley here.
Mm.
Um, takes a bit. And we'll also have seemingly some of The Rock's best acting, probably. But also, I feel like his hair length has changed more than it should have.
Yeah, because it's close, but that looks
Yeah.
like clean shave almost. It's way close. Before you can see the hairline, this is. Wait, is this his mom?
Yep.
Oh. So they explain why he's. And his brother's a white kid, right?
And the brother protected him from dad, who raised him, but beat the shit out of him.
Right. Yeah.
So, oh my God. Okay. See, this isn't in Terminator version. Despite it being the best acting, it doesn't. I'm fascinated at the concept of this scene here and the potential for a different Oh God, for a Tyler Sheridan show, actually. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Um, so it's unclear what The Rock had going on before the heist now, because we find out that, uh-oh, hold on, he just is asking who set them up. Maybe we should look at this picture and see if we recognize anyone.
That is so bad.
I love how we have seen CGI blockbusters that still have shitty fake photos.
Right.
We've
Like,
seen movies that have had CGI creatures and people that still do bad fake photos. It's inexplicable.
there's no reason why they couldn't have been a instead of having some cutouts. Put what type of shit was that?
Dirt cheap. That was some like USA channel, but they did know about they were
That's
like
cheaper than USA. Goddamn.
it'll be okay if we put the fucking texture filter on it. All right, you need to pay attention that he is listening to a radio preacher. Mayhaps this will be important.
No, see, this is if I'm right, this is the part I walked in on.
Okay, so
Because
this is
this
actually going to have to get recut in the Terminator version. Oh no, even though The Rock is taking days to get wherever he's going,
hmm.
or however long, Billy Bob's going to get there in like 20 seconds. Like,
See, I could have seen Carla Gugino play one of the ladies. And you're right, Madeline Stowe could have been her part as the cop chick.
yeah,
Because hmm.
it is a film full of bad decisions. It also requires the police not to have email yet, which I don't. I feel like CSI had started by now. People expected email. So fucking boring. How can it be this boring? Oh my god. They're not they're not doing the Ennio Morricone music because they think they're doing a fucking good, the bad, and the ugly thing, do they? Because oh god. It's very rare though that you see a such a diverse tent revival audience in film anyway. I
Yeah.
assume even less likely in reality, but I guess this guy was a regular on Lost.
Yeah, this is what's his face.
I don't
He was on Oz too.
okay.
Adewale with the little hat. But he looks like, jeez, he looks like he looks a lot like Clifton Powell here.
I know, but it's not Clifton Powell.
Mm,
Because Clifton Powell would fucking work in a movie like
yeah,
this.
it'd be great.
Hmm.
I guess he got tired of playing actual criminals, huh? Because most of the characters he played was always ruthless.
Yeah, it's technically a really good part, but I don't know. I think we got a combination of writing and just he needed to figure into if they wanted to do this, he needed to like find him on late night or something. Like public access, one of those channels. Like we needed to introduce the preacher. And also I just don't get how they think this is building up enough empathy or sympathy for him.
Yeah, because he could just be bullshitting. Like in any other movie,
Right.
most
And
movies, it's all a scam, anyways. Once you see the tent preacher,
yeah, and it never
uh,
yeah.
and they both got nasty scratches.
Hmm.
Mm.
I wish they'd had young Rock or something in the
Mm.
flashback instead of it being them the exact same age as they are now, just dressed differently.
We gotta understand what audience this is made for.
I mean, they didn't
See,
because
really,
they didn't find one.
in the flashbacks, they're supposed to be 12.
Oh, dude. Ah, like Bullet. I was thinking about that. It is. It's like Bullet. Tupac is a, or it's either Tupac is like 50-year-old or Mickey Rourke is a 20-year-old. That's what we're supposed to believe. And I think we're supposed to believe it's Tupac as a 50-year-old. Or he's at least supposed to be 45 or
Oh man.
something, dude. And it's like, oh, That's a better movie than this. It's so much better. The end is terrible, but it's so much better. Like, oh God, that's right. And he sings to
Oh
him.
wow. Really? What the hell? Whatever, motherfucker. Bang.
So everybody knows it's gonna be hardcore in the fucking Terminator version. Nothing
Mm.
worse than a boring 97-minute movie. Like, you assholes. Like,
I'd at least nicked him in the shoulder, made him think he got shot. Oh!
I mean, technically it's a Christian movie. Is it the I mean,
Wow.
hold on, let's think. Hold on. Maggie Grace only did like a Hallmark or yeah, a Hallmark. She never went that far. Is anybody else in this? Have they gone that far?
Oh wow. Well, you can see his hairline again.
Yep.
Oh, stop. With the cross and the. Was he going to put a cape on and go back to Smallville? Oh, all right. This guy.
Yep.
Wait for you to do something all movie.
Okay. So Billy Bob will be in the Terminator version, but he won't have a heroin problem. We're not doing that. This isn't Heat. But Billy Bob's got to get his own theme music. So I got to find some Brad Fiedel, but maybe from something else. Be really classy like that, you know? And cut the shit out of this stuff because, like, it's inexplicable why he needs to have
Hmm.
Carly. It's just it's so bad. I mean, The Driver's terrible. The Walter Hill movie, The Driver, starring Ryan O'Neal, Bruce Dern, and Isabella Jandy.
Wait, that's old though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also
Hmm.
terrible. But it's like
But wait, there was a movie called Driver that was in this sort of.
that was Drive with Ryan Gosling, which
Well, there was
is
Drive, but I'd have sworn there was one called Driver. Maybe I'm wrong.
there was a game called Driver that was
That's probably what
this.
I'm thinking of.
And I think um there was like always a rumor of it being a um Jason Statham picture. I could be making that up, everyone, but I think that's what is real. Um, like the colors are terrible. Like, what is
Yeah.
like even if you're going for the washed out thing and like why
Who
is
uses yellow? Who uses piss yellow?
Lionsgate? It's a fucking it's Saw. Saw was piss yellow, I think. Should write down.
Mm,
I it might be. I think it might. I don't know. Okay.
they did
Yeah.
the outline of the cross like a. Eh, eh, no, this is my job. Oh, he uses the same gun, or was
No,
he
he
gonna kill
took
him with his
his
own
gun.
gun?
He was going to kill him with his own gun.
Yeah.
Also, I hope everybody noticed how little his hand is for the gun, and the Rock's got a big hand.
Oh,
How is the flashback wig worse than the present day wig?
because he's supposed to be younger.
Okay.
It's younger hair.
All right.
See, see, this is mature him, where
Mm.
more forehead shows.
But he looks old now.
Right, he's older
But he looks older technically in the flashback. Like his
because
face is older.
the hair the hair was neater. You know, I don't know why he thinks people would believe these terrible wigs he wears. I mean, even Joe Pesci had to been like,
Has he done a bald part lately?
I don't know. Well, Billy Bob's thing is time stopped for him at 29.
Mm-hmm. A really fucking like working the bait shop in Crystal Lake 29 though. Like
Right. Oh, then he lost weight. That automatically probably made him feel like a hottie because he started out kind of heavy.
I've never actually seen Hearts of Fire, so I don't know what his sitcom version of him was.
Well, he was wacky neighbor, wasn't he?
I thought he worked with him.
Well, yeah, he was, oddball. He was Kramer. He was
Oh,
a,
he was a
I
Kramer?
guess. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Xander Berkeley on his second day of work.
Yep. Mm. So here we get the implication that ex-wife or estranged wife is fine. She was worried about the Rock coming after them, and now everything's going to be okay because he killed the Rock.
Hmm. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Type of human tornado ending is this?
Hold on. He had a metal plate.
Oh,
If he'd listened to Carla Gugino,
uh,
metal plate. That's what this movie should be called, metal plate.
it's too bad bullet to the head was already taken.
Yeah.
That's the late air looking like dead Kong
Uh-huh.
76 with those teeth. Oh, no mercy. Hmm. I mean, uh,
It's not over, but
we really don't see the mess of the back of his head.
nah. Oh, we missed that he only gets paid $1 for doing his jobs, but that was implied
Uh,
earlier. And IMDb has somebody saying that that is legit and realistic, and that's how all elite hitmen work. They're all independently wealthy, and they all
I was
go
about to
after
say
James
too.
Bond for $1.
That's the thing. I can actually see a little bit of truth to that in real life, where most hitmen are people who are well off or could actually be fucking moguls.
Presumably.
Maybe there could be. Don't people mysteriously die around Taylor Swift?
No, but they mysteriously die around their plane. Ooh, sort of. Sort of. But yes. But yes. There were a couple high profile, somewhat obvious assassinations of whistleblowers in late 2024 that so this is our end montage.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Yeah, you better praise Jesus. Oh,
Mhm.
well. So look, he's driving faster.
Faster. The
Oh,
end.
look,
Okay.
something you'll never see at the end of a Fast and the Furious movie.
um this is a song by
Oh,
The Heavy.
yeah, the heavy. So this is where this came from.
It actually isn't where it came from. This
Oh,
is the second time a movie used it,
really?
which let me look it up, which we also saw in Secret of My Success.
Eh?
Secret of My
This?
Success. No, the other
Oh,
reusing a song.
oh yeah. Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah.
No, but this was also in
Short
a
Change Hero
was in a Arkham commercial, I think, where they used it for
there's
advertising.
yes, but I saw use in
That's
other
what I remember it from.
media. It was in okay, maybe this was the first. Here we go. It was used in Faster, it was used in Strike Back, it was used in the Arkham commercial, it was used in Borderlands 2 as its theme song. It was also the theme song for that Strike Back show.
Huh.
And it's in the VR game Pistol Whip, and then was used as the end credits song for Umbrella Academy season 3.
Damn.
So, and now I'm going to go check IMDb to see if anybody forgot any song usage.
Oh yes, and yellow. Oh
Yes,
yeah, that's the one.
that's the one. Yes. I thought it wasn't called that, but I didn't.
Yeah, that and Walking on Sunshine were.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of the vibe of this year. Movies that reuse. Movies that can't get their own original songs.
God, would you believe how many movies we'd have to go through if
So,
we picked Ain't No Mountain High Enough?
oh, wow. Seriously, IMDb? I can't cross-reference this?
Mm.
What is this? What is
That
this?
site's been useless since they got rid of the message boards. But then again, they all idiots got all political on them shit.
All right, let's see
Seriously.
here. Okay, I think, yes, I need to search for the heavy previous 89.
Oh damn.
I think,
These are some short credits.
yeah,
Already
there's
at the
no
soundtrack.
CGI.
Right, no CGI.
I mean, there actually was a little, but it was just like background shit.
There
So
it is,
yeah.
Short Change Hero. The heavy.
Also, Heavy did How You Like Me Now, which would soon be in The Fighter, which is when we decided to give fucking Marky Mark an Oscar, wasn't it? Like that was our choice. Or no, we had already done that. Oh God.
No, he didn't
Anyway,
get an Oscar, did he?
he's got an Oscar.
No.
That motherfucker has an Oscar. Yes, he does.
No.
Doesn't he for something? Hold on.
Ooh,
I'm
not Marky Mark. He can't.
okay. Okay, he's been nominated though. He's been
He's been
nominated
nominated a lot. I'm about to
twice.
say,
He's
because
only been nominated twice. All right, we don't live in that hellscape. All right. Hey
in a
everybody.
way, in a way, in our timeline, him and Leo both have Oscars. So
All right. All right. Well, that's a happy turn of events. So yeah, hopefully during the faster episode here, you've heard about some other movies you'd rather watch. I know I talked about some. But
and
yeah,
most of them don't have Maggie Grace. So
um, do Taken. I would do a Taken season, but I don't know if I want to.
I'm good with Taken, but they could have wrote her out the other ones.
It's very strange that she kept coming back, except given the creep level on Luc Besson. Maybe he was hoping
No,
she'd be wife number 6.
she was too old.
Oh, dude,
She has to be
yes,
younger.
way too old.
I mean, she was too old, still playing way too young. But yeah,
Okay. Next week is gonna be Snitch, we decided. So Hercules gets the bump until we do a Rock in the Wig Crypt season. Um, yeah.
yeah. That's I don't know. That was pretty mid, basically mid for a action picture. You know,
Yeah.
basic.
It had no fucking good fight scenes. Like, and then I realized if the majority of the action movies you've watched since 2014 or 2015-ish, it's because it's post John Wick, so everybody started doing a little bit more, and then yeah, this just is really fucking boring. And it just doesn't make any sense because like fucking Rampage had some, right?
Yeah.
Like, but The Rock did not co-produce this or whatever, so maybe I mean, and The Rock is a great brand. So very successful at branding himself and that shit. So he knows what's popular, so that I assumed this would be better. And I was wrong.
Mm.
I mean, but Skyscraper was better, and that's a mean thing to say, but it's true. It fucking was.
Oh, skyscraper had
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell
This had no
being
Nev
competent.
Campbell. Yeah, this had none of that.
Well, there was Carla Gugino.
It had Carla Gugino,
Always
yes,
decent.
but she didn't have anything to do.
Right, she had nothing to do.
And then Mom was good, but I mean, the problem is if you were gonna do this, you needed somebody to kill it as Billy Bob. Is what you needed.
Right, he's supposed to be kind of the other anchor of the movie, and he's not really.
You needed somebody to kill that part, and nobody did. So, and then you needed a different actor for the hitman, or not to have the hitman at all, or to rethink.
Yeah, that didn't amount to Shizer if you already had other people chasing him that got closer.
Yeah. All right, so Snitch is longer. That's why we didn't watch it this week. Rick Roman, wow, what's up? Okay, so it's 2 hours. Buckle up, everybody. Oh, okay. We got some highs and we got some lows. We got The Rock. We got Barry Pepper, which is up or down. We don't know yet. John Barenthal, but young John Barenthal, up or down, don't know yet. Susan Sarandon, presumably as a crime mom, which I bet is going to be terrible. But then we got Michael Kenneth Williams, which I bet's going to be great. Then we've got Benjamin Bratt, which is potentially not bad, because he turned it around eventually. David Harbour, 50-50 on him. Harold Perrineau, I feel like that's a plus.
Yeah, he's always all right.
Yeah, and he could go even better. It's the most disappointing thing about that Lost show is like, I don't know. The show's too convoluted to use Perrineau, to let Perrineau really kill it, but hopefully next season. All right, folks, we'll be back with Snitch next time.
So come on back as we get into more Rock madness or Dwayne The Rock Johnson chaos.
But car chaos, presumably. All right.
There you go.
Highway chaos, yeah.
Excellent. All right, folks. Well, till then, we're out of here. Go do something else. Listen to our other shows, damn it. What you call it?
Yeah.
The Hard Way seems to be popular these days. Watch that.
Executive Decision. We did some other good action. Plenty good action.
There are some other ones.
All right.
Executive Decision spiked for some reason. So, yeah.
Because it's good.
Damn right. All right, folks. Good evening.